Hello, boys and girls. We're going to talk about the weather. You guys are working on chapter 7 in your books, in your science books. And what I have here is a picture of the Earth. And the atmosphere is the air that surrounds the Earth. It's a thick layer of gas. And this is what makes up our atmosphere. The atmosphere protects the Earth during the day by blocking the harmful sun rays. At night, this protective blanket, it keeps the sun's warmth from escaping into space, keeps the Earth warm. There are 4 layers in the atmosphere, and the one that's closest to the Earth is called the troposphere. The troposphere. It is in the troposphere that all of our weather takes place. How cool is that? What is weather? It's the daily but temporary condition of the air or the atmosphere in a particular time and place. Each one of us are affected by the weather, true? Yes. It affects what we wear, the things that we plan to do today. Are we going to go skiing, or are we going to go get our kayaks out and go to the lake? We build shelters or homes to protect us against the weather. The food we eat from the farmers' crops depend on the weather, right? What time of year we get what kind of crops, whether we can eat strawberries or whether we just eat our canned foods that we had from the summertime. The main types of weather that we look for are sunny and cloudy, or rainy, snowy, or windy. Okay, sunny, here's snowy, windy, rainy. And you guys know this because we track these in our calendar time each day, typically. Windy, rainy, cloudy, or a pretty sunny day. Okay, those are the main types of weather that we'd like to track. Weather is caused by the temperature of the air, how fast the air is moving, and how much moisture is in it. At the North Pole and the Arctic Circle and the South Pole and Antarctica, it's cold all the time. At and near the equator, it's hot all the time. Why do you think that is, boys and girls? You think it's close to the equator is closer to the sun. That's right. Another factor that we have to think about is how the sun affects the Earth. And what we're going to talk about with our weather story today is the water cycle. The water cycle is the story of water and the journey from the Earth's surface to the sky and back again. So the water that you drank today most likely came from water maybe that the dinosaurs drank years ago. I don't know. Pretty cool to think about though, huh? So this is the water cycle. Okay, now we're just going to talk about that for a minute. Evaporation, okay? Evaporation is this word right here, evaporation. Evaporation happens when the sun shines on the earth and heat causes the water in the ocean, the rivers and the ponds to evaporate and change into a water vapor, this water vapor, okay? So I'm gonna add my evaporation on my water cycle, okay? And so where is that water going when it goes into the air? It's going up into the air. And I don't have my white cloud for some reason, so I'm just going to put my gray cloud over here. But you guys, there's a white cloud. These are what happens is that this is forming the cloud, the initial cloud. And then condensation is the billions of tiny water droplets cooling in the air. Okay, so they're cooling in the air up here. And as it becomes heavier and heavier, then it forms a darker, heavier cloud, right? Can't forget our sun. The sun is up here making all this happen because it can't happen without the sun, right? Okay, and so the water droplets get heavier and heavier until they can't stay in the cloud anymore and they fall to the ground, and that is what we know as rain or snow, depending on the temperature of the air. That is also called precipitation. Precipitation, it's this word right here, okay? So evaporation is where the water is being taken into the sky or evaporated. Condensation is where it turns into water droplets and forms clouds. And precipitation is what we call the rain or the snow, what falls out of the clouds and onto the earth and starts all over again. It collects in the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, and then we have, that's how we get our water. Once again, as the sun shines, the water begins to evaporate. The cycle repeats itself over and over again. The recycled water that we have had since the beginning of time continues to rise and fall and provide life for our planet Earth.